I'm Markie Schaedig, and you're watching My Life's Playbook on Channel 18.
Hello and welcome to My Life's Playbook with your host, Adija Anderson. Today we have the one and the only A-State Libero, Miss Markie Schaedig. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you so much for being on the show.
No problem.
All right, now, obviously we know that you're awesome. You're here on a scholarship, right?
Yes.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Little Rock.
Little Rock, whoop whoop, Rocktown. Okay, and you went to Little Rock Christian, correct?
Yes, I did.
Which was crazy because we actually went to schools right across from each other and didn't even know it.
Yep.
So, all right, so in high school, obviously you were fabulous, just like you're fabulous now. All conference, all state player, 3 years. You led your team to the state finals. When you came here, came into Libero because you were a Libero your junior, senior year in high school, right? All right, so you already had the feel for it. Set a record for 762 digs last year. And on top of that, the top 3 Liberos in the nation. Awesome. Okay, and you and your teammate, Carlise May, not too long ago, were honored by SBC for honors, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And you got Defensive Student Athlete of the Week, like for the millionth time in a row. So there you go. All her accomplishments, and that's not even all of them. Okay, so what goes through your head when you hear all that? Like,
I don't want to go through my head, honestly.
It's too much.
It is sometimes. I can't think about that stuff on the court, but.
Right. So what is going through your mind, like when you're in the court or when you're getting ready? It's like.
What's going through my mind is to get the ball up.
Yeah.
That's my only job, so.
Right, and interesting because obviously you're awesome at digs and your last name is Schaedig. Like, when did that?
People say that all the time.
Like, when did it just dawn on you? Like,
I know.
That's
kind of fit.
It kind of fit. It goes and everything. Okay, so you've played other positions, not just libero. Talk a little bit about that.
In high school, I played outside hitter and setter, and I was all right at those too. But when I just fell in love with defense and being a libero.
So, would you like to switch it up again, or you're kind of like just keep
I
me a
know.
libero?
I'm
because
libero,
this is my
for
thing,
sure.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so volleyball, you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
When did you start?
Okay, my mom was a volleyball coach, so people say I had a volleyball when I came out of the womb, but but all my life, really.
All right, so is your mom still coaching, or she's retired?
No, she retired 2 years ago, so after I left, it was kind of.
She was like, my baby's not here anymore.
Yeah,
so
she had one more year, and then she was done.
All right. So, volleyball, has that taught you anything throughout your years of playing volleyball, or is it kind of like, this is just what I do? So have you thought about that
at all? It's kind of both.
Yeah.
It's what I do, and it's also become like a job. Like in high school, it was a hobby, kind of, but now it's my job. Like, that's what I do. But it's taught me a lot. Yeah, I got to work hard every day and get to where I can go and use the best of my ability and stuff.
Right. So when was that moment that you said to yourself, okay, I like volleyball, but it's time to buckle down and get serious?
Probably my junior year. That's when I first played libero in club, and so that's when I was like, all right, I'm going to go somewhere.
Right. And did you have, like, your mom or your family in the back? Because you're not the only one that did volleyball. Like, you have a sister. She's done volleyball. So it's pretty much a family affair. And you have a brother, but he's kind of, like, in the back. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Still love your brother. It's okay. It's okay. It's kind of like me. I'm kind of like the eyeball. Yeah, everybody does everything. Okay, so with volleyball, is it pretty much the only sport that you've ever played, or have you done?
No, I played soccer all my life, too, and basketball since, like, 5th grade. But
really?
Yeah, they kind of went off one by one. I quit basketball my sophomore year, and then I quit soccer going into my senior year. And so senior volleyball was the only sport I played.
Right, because you feel at that time it was like there's no need to do any other sport. Volleyball is.
And I didn't want to get hurt or anything.
Yeah,
so.
that's good to think. And I played soccer like summer of 5th grade, but I realized I was getting fat, and I was like, I need to do a sport, so I'm going to do soccer. Unfortunately, I didn't keep up with it. I should have kept up with it, but I think I'm looking okay. All right, so thank you. So with the transition from high school and college, is there any difference there?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot faster. A lot of the balls are hit way harder.
Yeah, I know.
But it's gotten a lot funner, or a lot more fun. My bad. A lot more fun.
A lot more fun.
Yeah, because it's just more competitive.
Right.
And,
So is there like a specific team you noticed? You said, excuse me, competitiveness. That's what makes it fun. So has there been like a specific team that you're kind of like always pumped for when you're like, I'm gonna play them? We're gonna.
Yeah. Last year, well, they were kind of the team to beat, but it was Euler, and they had 2 freaking all-stars on their team.
Really?
Like, they were studs.
Yeah.
And them, literally, you just had to get in the way of their ball
Right.
and just get hit. That was a pretty good game, but I mean, we still lost.
Right.
Because they were like undefeated. But
Yeah.
they were good.
Are you playing them? Are they on the schedule this?
Yeah, but they lost both those players. So
well,
we should be good.
It should be good then. Thank you for leaving. All right, so the season has started. How's that going, by the way?
It's going really good. So I don't know. I think it's gonna just keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And with the games, I'm pretty sure that we talked about family affair and we talked about volleyball. I know your mom and your dad is up there like screaming
and my sister.
And your
My
sister.
sister's probably the one that screams the most.
Really?
Yeah.
And your brother, you said he's from Colorado,
Yeah.
so he doesn't get a chance to
Yeah,
catch
he can't come down much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they ever have any like embarrassing flyers like?
No, thank goodness.
Goodness.
No, my sister will embarrass me though. She'll be like, Markie Jean, and Jean's my middle name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My sister's middle name is Jean.
Nuh-uh.
She's gonna appreciate that when she watches this episode, because my grandmother's Jean, my mom's Jean, and then she passed it down.
My grandma was Lucy Jean.
Really?
So.
That sounds like an old-fashioned name,
Mhm.
Lucy Jean. My sister was like, Jean is stopping at me. No, I don't like it anymore. I'm like, dude, you're ruining it. Whatever. Okay, so volleyball. Obviously, that's your sport. Now, I'm bringing this up now because this is something that I've recently heard, and you had
tumor, but I got it removed.
Okay.
And then my mom ended up finding one in hers, and she had cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
she
story.
had
Okay.
to get a double mastectomy.
Oh,
But
wow.
she's all right now.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, she's doing good.
I know how it is. My sister, she had a tumor, and like sometimes she gets blackouts, which the doctors still can't even explain, like, you know, why that's happening to her.
That's scary.
But you know, she's still in the land of the living. You know, God knows what He's doing. So, and it's a blessing that you're still here and that your mom is still.
Yeah, it was a blessing, because if I wouldn't have had surgery on mine, she wouldn't have had, because she went and got a mammogram like the day I was getting like this like taken care of. So
it was on your left side. Okay. So how did you find out exactly?
Well, my major's health promotion.
Okay.
So I had a lot of health classes, and they were like, you need to do self-checkups. I was like, okay. So I did one.
Right.
And it didn't feel normal. And so I went to my trainer, and she was like, yeah, that doesn't feel normal.
Right.
So I got it checked out.
You got it checked. Were you kind of, how was that feeling? Like, you were like, you know, or was it kind of like, oh my gosh, like freaking out mode? Because you seem kind of chill. So I feel like you weren't just really going crazy.
Yeah,
you know
I wasn't going too crazy. I mean, I was like, oh, crap.
Right. Why is this happening to me?
No, I wasn't dramatic.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is annoying, because I've already had a lot of other stuff, like literally something every year. Like my freshman year, I had mono, and then I was out for like a long time.
Yeah.
And it still affected me like throughout the season. And then my sophomore year, I had to get a heart ablation, so that's annoying.
Yeah. It doesn't even sound like something.
Yeah, they went up through like my groin and had to like burn something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was heart surgery, so I was like,
yeah.
But then, so the tumor was just really a pain.
Yeah.
But I didn't really think anything was too wrong. I mean, yeah, there was that possibility, but yeah, God had me. I was
Right. So it was just that feeling of you were calm and you knew that everything was going to be okay. Like I said, well, it's a blessing. People really do need to count their blessings, because you never know when your last day is going to be.
For sure.
Yeah. And the health issues, you said you've been having it, so for it to happen, it was kind of like you weren't surprised, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, another thing, awesome.
Right.
It was just an annoyance more than like
you know,
a real problem.
Just started when you were a freshman, like you didn't have to kind of worry about it in high school or.
No.
Yeah.
Well, the heart ablation, that like had been an ongoing thing, but I'd never done anything about it.
Right.
It was just like my heartbeat would get up to like 190
Right.
when I was playing, and so we actually got it fixed.
Well, that's a blessing, like I said. And you said if it hadn't happened to you, then your mom probably wouldn't have known. So when we come back, we're going to know more about Markie's story. You're watching My Life's Playbook. Stay tuned.
Ask yourself what you will miss more, your children or cigarettes. For as long as I can remember, my mother smoked. She died from lung cancer when I was 16. I could not take the chance of continuing smoking and not being here for my daughter. I know how much I needed my mom still, and I didn't realize it until I had lost her.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
I am a mother.
I am an entrepreneur.
I'm a journalist.
I am a singer.
A businesswoman.
I'm an artist.
An educator.
A sister.
An advocate.
A leader.
A queen.
I am a friend.
I am.
I am. I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am one of more than a million people living with HIV in the U.S.
We are not alone. Let's stop HIV together.
Get the facts. Get tested. Get involved.
Dad, we need to talk. If you're not gonna listen to me, who will you listen to? Jeff.
Is that Marcia Gay Harden?
I think so.
You're getting older.
Not that old.
Your brain is changing. It's natural.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, honey, I've got experience with this. Jeffrey, brain health is all about making the most of your brain as you age and helping you stay on top of your game.
Really?
Oh, where did she go?
But all I'm saying
I'm not talking about this anymore.
Lisa, there are things you can do to help you stay sharp and reduce some risk to your brain. Trust me, it's worth it.
Oh, so you talked to her about this, but not me.
Learn what you can do to help keep your brain healthy at brainhealth.gov.
All right, everybody, that is A-State volleyball libero Markie Schaedig, who we have on the show. And it's been a pleasure having you here and getting a chance to know you. And thank you so much for opening up about your story, which you're going to continue on that. So I know before we went to break, you said that, you know, in health promotion class, you felt something, and you said your trainer or somebody, you know, Schaeden was like, you know, this doesn't feel right, and then you had to have surgery. So what was that like, the surgery?
Surgery wasn't too bad. It was really quick, honestly. And he said everything went like perfect and smooth. And I just had to have like is it a steri strip or a,
girl, you know better than
yeah,
I do.
stitches for like a week or two, and I got him out. So it wasn't too bad.
Did
got a
say,
big scar though.
Yeah, did he say like how big the tumor was?
Yeah, like
like a golf ball, kind of.
Like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so not too big, basically. All right, so did you have the surgery in Jonesboro? Did you go back home to Little Rock?
I went back home to Little Rock. Okay. Yeah.
So basically, I'm pretty sure that when you woke up, your family was there surrounding you. And just explain that feeling, like just knowing that the tumor was out, then you wake up, you see your family, which I'm sure that you cherish any moment that you have with your family.
I was kind of out of it.
All right. I know you're there. I know you're there.
Yeah. But I mean, I was like, oh, I'm so happy they're here.
Right.
But I was out of it. I
understand.
I was so
on, like,
tired.
Some type of drugs or something to
I was
knock you
on
out.
pain meds.
Oh, yeah. So that happened with the surgery. And then, so at some point after the surgery, for your mom to want to get a checkup, how did that happen?
When I got my stitches out, that was the day she was like, I need to go schedule a mammogram. It was like in the same place, on the same floor. I was like, no, I want to go home. I'm tired.
You're tired of everything.
And then she's like, no, just let me do this really fast. So she did, and then that day, they were like, we see something, so she had to go get a biopsy on it, biopsy.
One of them opsies.
And then they were like, there's something suspicious, and then it was cancerous. So.
Yeah. And so how did she break the news to you?
Well, I had already come back to A-State because we had to be here like on July 1st. But I was already back, and actually my family had gone to Michigan to visit other family for the 4th of July, so I was kind of left out. So I was like, thanks, guys.
Like, really?
Yeah. But then she called me over the phone, and she told me, and it was tough. I was not expecting that. Yeah.
So what was going through your mind? And she says, you know, I have breast cancer.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of broke down.
Right.
Yeah, and it wasn't fun.
Right.
I was just scared for her.
Right.
But
does she have a history of health issues like you, or is it just kind of a shock to her?
Yeah, it was shocking to me that she had it, because I was like, this can't happen to me, you know, can't happen to anybody I know, but it did.
and you're still here. You know, you're still here, and with did anyone else know, or at the time, or was it just?
Yeah, no. I mean, my dad and my brother and sister were up there too with them, so they called me, and then my roommates were there to support me, so that was good.
Right. So were they there when the news was broken down?
One of them was.
Oh, she was already there.
Yeah.
When you got the phone call and everything.
Yeah. So they just comforted me and stuff.
And that's wonderful, because you don't just see them as your teammates, you see them as
Oh yeah, they're my best friends.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure you all have been playing together
since freshman year.
Since freshman year.
And rooming together, yep.
Right. And so, just not the teammates, but I'm sure that your coach, you know, you.
Yeah, he called me too.
He did.
And yeah, and he's like, "We're here for you if you need anything." All right. Just even somebody talk. But yeah, I was kind of in my own world right then.
Right.
Because I was like, "Oh no."
I mean, what were you doing at that moment? Like,
I was eating.
Okay.
So I was just eating in the kitchen.
Right.
And yeah.
Right. And so it was kind of like, after that, it was kind of a pause. Like, the world had stopped, and you probably weren't even fooling with your food anymore after you heard that.
There was a lot of crying after that.
Right. And so your mom or your dad or someone must have contacted him.
My mom did.
Okay.
Yeah.
She told him. And then by the time you heard the news, everyone was there, ready to comfort you.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. Now, as far as your teammates, explain that family atmosphere.
Oh, we're a weird family.
Yeah. I mean, who isn't weird, though, when you think about it?
We are weird.
Weird.
Kind of gross, too.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Not me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, she's talking about somebody.
No, I'm just kidding. No, we're sisters for sure.
Good.
We'll get mad at each other.
Yeah.
We'll get annoyed
like,
with each other.
Make up, like.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. It's when it's your siblings, like, you get mad at each other, like, you honestly just don't care, like, because you know at the end of the day, then that person's got your back. You got that person's back.
Exactly. That's how it is. For sure.
For sure. And I'm sure your immediate family, they're crazy too. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my she's a psycho.
Oh, really?
Just kidding, but she is a little.
I'm like, I'll say, I didn't tell her to say that. So
no, she's pretty wild.
Okay.
No, but everyone loves her. I love her.
So it sounds like she just has a big personality.
She does have a big personality.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, that means that, you know, she's not boring. Some people like gravitate toward her. Like, she doesn't, you know.
That's what
she's not a downer. She's like the life of the party.
That's literally what she is.
All right. And you're kind of chill. So like your dad kind of chill mode too? Or?
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
All right.
I can be, but I don't. Most of the time I'm just like, what's up?
What? Yeah. I understand. So, okay. So you're fine. Your mom's fine. Give us kind of like an update on how everything.
Well, now she doesn't have to go through chemo, so that's good.
Thank God, yeah.
Yeah, she just has to take pills. I don't know what that's called, but and that's pretty much it. I mean, she's getting reconstructive surgery, so in like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So.
All right. And I hope you don't have a game. Do you have a game around that? I'm pretty sure you're going to want to be there like when that happens.
Our conference tournament is like right before the week of Thanksgiving. So.
Okay. Awesome. So you get the chance. All right. So everything's fine. It's a blessing. Now, season is going forward. And with volleyball, is that something that you see after you graduate? Because I know you're a junior, so you only have 1 year left. And so do you want to go pro? Or is it like, what is life next for Markie after?
I've thought about going pro.
Yeah.
But I don't. The only way I'd go pro is if I played for the U.S. team.
Ah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I want to go overseas or anything.
What?
Yeah. They have a different style of play. Over there.
I mean, what's so bad about it? Like,
it's just different.
Yeah.
Foreigners. I'm not saying anything is bad about foreigners, but they just play differently.
Right.
And I usually like it.
Right.
Because I've played against foreigners, and my sister has. And
it's not a fun experience.
Not, I mean, sometimes.
Right.
But.
And so if that doesn't happen, then what do you want to do? What's like your backup plan?
My backup plan is coaching. But
and your mom, she coached, so it's
she
like
does
it,
coach,
so it
and
just
my
falls
sister
in line, makes
coaches.
sense,
Yep, and so there's a coaching line there, but I don't know if I want to coach because I don't have too much patience.
Yeah, you gotta.
So I need to find something else.
Right, to do instead.
Yep, and I'm not sure what that is.
Well, you have time. You're a junior.
do.
You have one more year before you
little bit of
graduate, so
time.
you have time to think about it. All right, well, when we come back, we are actually going to ask Markie some questions that you all have for her. So stay tuned.
For too many parents, a baby's first steps aren't just a milestone, they're a miracle. A miracle made possible by volunteers like you, who walk and raise money in March for Babies. The money you raise funds research and local programs that help babies overcome the challenges of premature birth and birth defects. Together, our steps make stronger, healthier babies a reality for thousands of families. Sign up today to take the steps that help make milestones and even miracles possible. Who will you march for?
Every child needs a place to call home. To call home. Every child needs a place
where they can grow up healthy
and learn and be safe. A place where they can play and dream and plan for their future. In the Habitat house, my parents helped build. In the Habitat house, my daddy helped build. My parents. My mommy and daddy. I study. I grow. I learn. I live. A house. A house. A house. A chance.
A future.
A house, a chance, a future are all in your hands. Your support can help put a decent roof over the heads of a family like mine. Like mine. Like mine. To learn how you can help, visit habitat.org.
Welcome back to My Life's Playbook. I'm here with Ace State Libero Markie Schaedig, and she wants to hear questions from you. So this is our question and answer segment where I ask questions submitted by all you lovely people back at home. All right, so question number one.
All right.
What is your favorite thing about being a college athlete? Travel, team, or just the game itself?
I'd say the last two. Travel is, that's pretty exhausting, but team is super fun.
Right.
Having that team all around you all the time.
Right.
That can get pretty exhausting too, but the game itself, I'd say it'd probably be the most fun for me.
Right.
Because you practice kind of, but actually playing in the game,
it's a whole different
story.
Like your mindset's kind of like, okay, I'm in the zone. Like, it's time to go.
For sure.
Right. Where are some of the places that you've traveled to? Like one of your favorite places that you traveled?
Last year we went to Washington D.C. And that was fun. We lost all the games. Whoops. Yeah. But we went on a Segway tour around like D.C. So that's probably the reason we lost all the games. Our feet were tired.
You have too much fun. You weren't focused.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what it was, pretty much.
All right. No, that was from Lindsay Mills. So there you go, Lindsay. All right. Next one is from Brennan. And you know Brennan, so this is kind of funny. But it's good, I promise. Now, his first one, he said, what athletes or sports can viewers expect to see? Now, I'm thinking that's a question to the show, so you're not going to have to worry about that. But to answer your question, Brennan, the things that you're going to see as far as sports-wise, we are interviewing athletes on H State campus, just like we're doing with Markie. And we're probably not going to be just limited to the H State campus, so that's something to look forward to. And we also like to talk about the hottest news going around in sports nationally. So be looking out for that. But thank you for the question, for it being geared at us, actually. Okay, now this one is actually for you.
Okay.
Markie, when you're not playing sports, What do you like to do in your spare time?
I really like to sleep.
Yeah.
It's one of my top ones. But I really love the outdoors, and I love Little Rock. I love going home.
Natural state.
Yeah. I know. I like hiking Pinnacle a lot and stuff.
Oh my gosh, I would say you've been a Pinnacle girl. This is my first and last. I'm not going back.
No.
I can't. I hadn't worked on it in a long time, and I was
oh my
like,
gosh,
I'm not
I
doing
love
this.
Pinnacle. I don't know. I get like amazed every time. Every time I reach the top, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. But just hanging out with my family, really. Yeah.
And what is like things that you do as a family? Like, you know, any traditional stuff like? It's just like whenever I get together, we're gonna do this tonight.
No, we don't really have a traditional stuff. We just hang out. Yeah.
Well, it's fun. All right. Now the next one is from Malcolm Miller. He says, "How do you feel about college athletes getting paid?"
I don't know how I should answer. I don't want to get like beat up or anything. I mean, I like it.
Right. I was gonna say, I'm sure you're fine. Like, I'm an athlete. Go ahead and pay me.
But I mean, normal students don't know what we go through.
That's the thing. And you mentioned coming back early, and that you practice like what every day.
Yeah.
And it's a lot that goes into it.
It is a lot of work.
Yes.
And I would like them to experience at least one day of
so they know how it is.
So they know. And that it really is a job, and you work overtime.
Yes.
It's really hard, actually, sometimes, and you get mentally and physically exhausted. But, I mean, you got to stick through it.
Right.
So, I mean, I like us getting paid. It's nice.
Nothing wrong with it. Hey, get some more money, ching ching. Okay. So, next one is from Worth the Wait 22. And she wants to know, how does it feel to spike and dig? Like, when you're really going at it, how does it feel?
To spike ball.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to my high school days. But I like spiking it.
Right.
I mean, you got to hit it as hard as you can.
Yes.
Down, not out or anything. But digging the ball, that's another feeling, because someone's literally trying to give it their all at you when they're spiking it. And when you're just like, ding, you're just like, whew, can't get nothing on me. So.
All right, got you. And Rodney actually had 3 questions for you, but I think we only have time for one. So real quick, what is one of your biggest failures?
Biggest failures? Okay, maybe in high school, I went to like maybe 5 state championships, like games.
Yeah.
I only won 1, so that is awful. That's an awful feeling. It's like being this close, and then you're like, dang it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even volleyball; it was soccer.
Oh gosh. Well,
I know, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even play soccer anymore, so it's like whatever. I don't care. Well, that's cool. All right, and you know, it happens. Like, you know, when you fail, it's just a matter of learning from it and getting back up, which is kind of like your motto, right? Yeah, no matter what happens, you just have to get back up and keep on going.
Keep going. Keep working hard and you'll get there.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that, which is the crazy thing. You know, so many people want to be successful, and you know, and it's like you got to put the work into it, and it's not always gonna go the way that you want it to go.
It's not gonna come to you.
No.
You gotta earn it.
Yeah, this is true. All right. Well, Rodney, sorry we didn't get to all of your questions, but maybe after the show is over, we'll go ahead and ask them, and just so you know anyway. All right? So thank you for everyone for asking those wonderful questions, and thank you for answering them.
No problem.
All right. So if you would like to continue watching the show, just keep up with our social media. That is it for tonight. Again, thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
After this, stay tuned because we're going to have Playbook News right after this.
You sure you're ready for this?
Am I ready? Are you ready? Listen, you don't know me. I am from the rock town where it gets down, you feel me?
Not at all.
It really was rhetorical, you know?
Clown.
You just call me Donald Trump.
Look, either you're ready for this serving or you go home.
Step from behind the net so I know it's real.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play thumb war. Oh, gosh.
Get to know your favorite athletes on My Life's Playbook on ASU TV Channel 18.
Same time next week? Sure.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in for a quick segment of Playbook News. I'm Adija Anderson, bringing you the hottest sports news around. Shout out to my fellow Red Wolves on beating Idaho 49-35 last Saturday, so let's get to it. The Washington Nationals fired manager Matt Williams yesterday. The Nationals are in discussion regarding change. And another one bites the dust as Dolphins head coach Joe Philbin was fired yesterday morning. It came to no surprise considering the stats. Tight end coach Dan Campbell is expected to step in as interim coach. Moving on to Chicago Bulls point guard Derrick Rose, who is expected to rejoin the team tomorrow after being hit in the face by an elbow in practice. He continues to recover from a fractured left orbital. Coach Fred Hoiberg assures that the follow-up exam went well. Make sure to tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for another edition of My Life's Playbook. Good night, folks.